Hi, I'm Samantha.
And I'm Dr. B. And this is Spilling Tea with
Samantha.
What is it, Dr.
When we just said that, you're like, spilling tea.
I know.
Hey everybody, it's another episode of Spilling Tea. Hold on to your butts, we got a lot to talk about.
Oh, are we keeping that?
Yeah, because you don't want to edit that much.
Oh my god, this tea is amazing.
Thanks, I handmade it.
She actually did. She has like tea bags. It's the weirdest thing ever, and not the good kind. Oh, goodness.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
I think I need more tea. Do you need more tea?
Welcome, by the way, to our new channel. It's amazing, and it is dedicated solely to this. Pour that tea.
Okay.
And it burned a little.
Sorry about that. I know, I was like, I'm gonna put this down.
But this is our new channel, dedicated completely to spilling tea with Samantha and Dr. B.
Yep, and don't forget our special guest, Augustus Caesar.
Whoa. He's so cute.
He's the silent type.
Boop.
The strong silent type.
But he's gorgeous. So that's that. So on today's episode of Spilling Tea, I think we should talk a little bit more, kind of like we talked last week, about sexism, power issues, maybe even a little bit about introspection and privilege.
Yes, should I explain why?
Well, we could talk about the anonymous tip that we got from, oh God, what did the person use? I think it was Matt from the farm.
Matt from the farm, you're right.
Matt
from the farm.
Yeah, so you're welcome. And let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
So, where do you want to start? From the very beginning of why he decided to say what he said, or what?
Well, I think we can just talk about what it was and the fact that it's there.
Okay. So I am a career-driven woman. A lot of things going on.
And that's terrible, apparently.
Horrible. And so I was a la trolled, if you will, on Facebook. And he kind of came at me out of nowhere saying that I should stop posting all of my career-related memos, photos, posts, what have you.
Asking opinions because God forbid. This kind of looks like urine.
Yeah, flaming urine.
Who doesn't love a good steaming cup of urine? Pour it all over my face.
That's for another episode.
I'm not into urine.
Anyway, so long story short, basically this person from the farm asked why I don't post more about family, and that family's super important, and that...
You know, and like, I mean, so somewhat, this is not me defending him.
Oh, no.
We don't know the context of what was going on for this person and why they chose to post that. But, you know, the thing, like, I saw it as well, because we're Facebook friends. Should be, anyway.
You should find us on Facebook, too.
Hey, a little shout out to the FB. But you know, I saw it and I said, I don't feel like that just made me feel really uncomfortable this morning when I saw it. And so, and it was, yes, it's because you're my friend, but it was also, it seemed very not well thought out, and it just seemed awkward. It was like, why are you coming after somebody and saying you should post more about your family and less about your career? It just seemed really focused.
Right.
And that's where it felt wrong.
Right. Well, and a little side note about me, I am pretty private. I do post things online, but I post things online that I feel comfortable with, that my partner feels comfortable with. I don't really disclose shits and giggles.
Yeah.
I really
For
don't.
example, like Samantha just bought this beautiful house that we're filming in, and she did not post pictures of it online.
I felt that was really
did your
like
partner do
invasive.
it?
No, we talked about it.
so-
We decided that it was against our better judgment, and that we wanted to keep it private. And if people wanted to see the house, they could physically come see the house.
Right. And so, you know, like, and I got involved because my mouth gets me in trouble most days.
Does it though? You're just saying what
Only
everybody
on
else
the-
is thinking.
Either that or it gets me in trouble on the good days, if you know what I'm saying.
Hey.
Boop. And so, like, you know, I started saying something, and I was like, I really wanted to help this anonymous person just think more about the posts that we have. And I have this problem too. I've posted without thinking, and people have called me out.
We all do it.
Rightfully so. I've been called out because I haven't been thinking, and I'm grateful that people have done that. So,
How
like,
else are you gonna learn from your mistakes?
Yeah. And I posted things like in response to him, I just said like, hey, you know, have you ever thought like maybe she is a private person and she doesn't want the world knowing because, hello, we have our own YouTube channel.
And then some, okay.
we're next stop Logo TV or VH1 or Watch Out
Hi, call
MTV.
us. Hey. Can they handle this jelly though? I'm not sure MTV could handle it.
Well, my jelly is not sugar free, if you know what I'm saying. I just like whips. But yeah, so I think part of it was that it came from a sexist place.
Yeah.
And
for sure.
I'm not sure, I don't know this person.
Do you ever get messages like that? Like, why don't you post about your family, your pets, your...
No, I never get messages like that. And I think it's because I have a penis, and it's very pretty.
Aww. You're so lucky to feel that way about yourself.
Well, it's pretty. I think all genitals are pretty. Mm-hmm. But I never get that question. And I think it's because I am a man. People expect me...
Do you?
Yeah, Augustus. I mean, when you took over the empire...
Okay.
He said no.
Yeah.
Thanks. But I never get those. You get those, and you get that even from my clients and stuff. Clients want to know more about.
Well, students, I think
life.
they're more. The student questions I get are more like curiosity of like what real life is like. You know, what can they expect? But clients ask a lot. People think I changed my last name a lot.
Yeah, well, we're in Georgia as well, if you didn't know that. And honestly, that's an interesting thing about sexism, too, because when, I'll share it with the world, when I first moved to Georgia, when I got married, me and my wife hyphenated our names together so that we have a consistent last name of her original last name and my original last name, and I use that in my personal life. Now, I had already published professionally and everything else, so I kept the name that I had published under for continuing publishing reasons to just have continuity. But, you know, in my professional life, I use a hyphenated name. Yeah. I got kicked out of the DMV 3 times in Georgia because men don't change their last... What was that? Yeah, even he said that's fucked up. Yeah, men don't change their last name. Fuck you. Excuse me.
Didn't you say, too, that the new... law didn't come into effect until 2010, where women just automatically got to... they didn't get to keep their name. They just changed to their husband's last name.
Automatically changed. Like, if you would have gotten married in Georgia, like, I don't know exactly the year. I think it was 2010. It might have been something else. If somebody knows, comment, let me know.
Let us know.
But it was somewhere, like, late, like, hideously late. And it was like, oh my God, I have a bruise. Oh my God, I'm into kink.
So I was like looking very concerned. So like, what?
That still frame was all. No, I think it was in the 2000s that until then, women, if you got married, legitimately, you didn't have a choice. Your name changed to your husband's last name, and you would have had to legally go and change your name back. Disaster. Oh, is it mail time?
You tell me. The king of the show.
I think Augustus dropped off some mail for us.
Thanks, Augustus.
Oh, we got to come up with a better intro for that. No. You want to draw one out? Sex questions. It's sex time.
Figure out what to do. This movie's late. Baby plates.
The tea's in the way? Wait, are we dropping more tea? Was that all the tea that we needed to drop?
Did we answer the question of sexism,
what question?
though?
We talked about it.
Okay.
Sexism is prevalent. It sucks. And it shouldn't exist.
Oh God. Okay. What is that word? Is that
prostates?
Okay. What happens when men's prostates are examined?
Well, you find out if you have prostate cancer or prostate problems. Do you want to know the process?
Isn't it like your finger in the hole and you like kind of feel it, and if it's enlarged?
There we go.
You feel it like it's enlarged.
She was reaching for the prostate.
We're not like medical doctors, so we're never going to do an exam like this.
No, but usually it's one finger.
Oh, one finger.
It is one finger. I've never had my prostate.
2 if you're feeling frisky, I guess.
I'm still young. Don't let the gray hair get you. But you should check it.
No, those are platinum highlights.
Oh, yes. I paid $30 a strand for this. But no, basically what happens is the doctor, you're in an age, you're in a risk category for prostate issues. So the doctor goes in and it's very actually similar to, well, not similar, but like, you know how like in the vagina there's like a specific spot where you can kind of feel the tissues a bit different? And that's what has been commonly called the Grafenberg spot or the G spot, because that's where the clitoris comes together. For men, it's like a similar way that you can feel the prostate inside the anus. So a doctor will actually go in. They usually only use one finger if they're professional, or if you pay them more, they might use 2. But that's
we are not
ethical.
hating. Yeah, we're making jokes.
But so the doctor goes in, and a prostate should really only be about the size of a walnut, maybe smaller. And it should just go in, and you should feel it like inside. It's only about that far in or so, and you'll kind of feel it. It'll feel different than the other tissue surrounding, and it'll feel like a little bump. And they basically just feel around and see if it's right about the correct size and everything else along those lines. If it's enlarged or has other problems or big bumps, then they do more testing.
Right.
And that's basically what it does. It's like literally a less than a minute procedure.
Right. You said age appropriate, but I want to add if there's a family history.
Oh, yeah.
They may do it sooner, especially if there's a trend in your family.
Yeah. Like if Uncle Joe got the prostate cancer.
And then your father got the prostate.
I mean, anybody. Go get that shit checked out. Who doesn't love something in their booty hole anyway?
Oh, no,
I dropped
2
one.
for 1.
Okay. Oh, here. This is a good one.
Okay.
Can sex therapy work on individuals that aren't in a relationship? Why or why not?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, people get the idea that you have to be sexually active to be in sex therapy, and that's not the case. Sometimes there's trauma involved in our clients. Sometimes they're in a place in their lives, like a life event, that they're just living the vida loca solo, and that's fine. You could totally come in and work on anything you want to in therapy. Sex
like,
is just maybe a theme that comes or emerges.
Yeah, things like fetishes.
Oh yes.
Fetishes.
Oh, yes.
People come there all the time. Actually, a lot of times what I've seen with individuals coming in for sex therapy and the work that I've done is that it's mostly around permission.
That is it, yeah, you're
like,
right.
They legit just need to go talk to somebody that they see as an expert to be given permission.
You're so right. I was going to say education.
Yeah.
I feel like most of the clients that come to me, maybe permission is a better word for it, but I would have called it education, just to know what's what. And
well, and I don't mean this in a bad way at all, but if you would have paid more attention in class, maybe you would have known that permission was important too.
No. I was just saying like what I would have called it, because I would have labeled it as education, and then you're saying it's permission, and I'm like, oh yeah.
Sure. That's what she means. You want some more tea? Because I got all the tea.
Please stop.
Oh, do we want another question?
Yeah, let's get the one from the floor, I guess.
I don't bend over on camera unless I'm getting paid for it, so this is not monetized.
Can I read one?
Oh, do you want that one or do you
I'll
want a
read
different
this.
one?
No, I'll read this one.
Okay.
Oh my god, these people's handwritings.
Oh yeah, it's very legible.
What? This isn't even a good... Okay, what's protocol of condom usage in a 2 girls, 1 guy threesome? Should you be changing it every single time?
This is a good question.
That is a really in-depth question.
This pops into some of the education stuff that Samantha was talking about, which is always good to get.
I thought it was called permission.
Nobody's asking for permission here. They're actually asking for education, Samantha. Anyway.
You agree with me, right? Thanks.
No. Augustus. We'll talk about this later. No. So what I would tell somebody if they came in with that question is use a condom always, and you should always, and it doesn't matter how many people are involved in the sexual act, you should change a condom when you're changing holes, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So like if you go, you're having sex maybe vaginally and then you want to have sex orally or anally, then switch to a new condom.
Yeah, and make sure you're asking about like if there's any latex allergies, if someone's more comfortable with a female condom versus a male condom or vice versa.
If you can find them, those are so hard to find. I don't disagree. They're just so hard to find.
They are. Well,
it's unfair.
Let's add that to the sexism piece that we talked about earlier. So,
which they're interesting. I think I've had sex with a female condom before, and it was an interesting experience. It's way more difficult to use than
there's a lot of practice involved and whatever. But anyways, so going back to the question, definitely a lot of communication would probably solve all of that.
All of it
going on.
Yep. And just always err on the side of caution.
Yeah.
Check your condom before you enter somebody. Check your condom after you enter somebody. Check your condom while you're inside somebody. Well, I mean, like you can't like crawl in there with it and be like, everything okay? But like, like
crawl
if you're
in with it.
Yeah. Hello,
everyone.
You in the
We're safe here.
But like, if you're changing maybe positions, or if you're having sex and you just you're going and you're like, oh, that feels a little different or something, pop out, take a quick look.
Yeah.
And you can always make that part of sex too.
I want to add, talking about the last time everyone was tested.
Oh, yes. Can I have one more thing about the question then over there? The other thing too is that I know I said when you're changing holes, but that is per person as well. So like if you go, even if you're going vagina to vagina, then you should change condoms as well, because the exterior portion of the condom.
Hole. That's so silly. Why would someone think?
I just wanted to like really specify, because like any STIs or other issues can also just hang out on the outside of the condom, and then you can spread it between your partners, and we don't want our friends to get sick.
And you know, as with anything, get tested prior to, have a conversation
regularly,
perhaps afterwards. You know, just be safe. Use common sense.
Yeah. And it's really not hard. That's a question I get all the time, is like, does it hurt to get tested for STIs? Sometimes it's literally as simple as peeing in a cup.
Yeah.
It can be a visual inspection, like the doctor just like, hello, hello. I just pretend.
Sometimes it's like a little prick or something.
A little prick.
We're on fire today. But you know what I mean? It's only as painful as you make it, and honestly, it's not like it's going to stick with you.
Oh, it's going to stick with you. Especially if
I
it's
mean, like,
herpes,
I'm thinking about
forever.
Gardasil, you know, those kind of shots that you get, or a booster shot for whatever, and they sometimes prick you, and you're just like, oh my god, did I just get beat in the arm, and it hurts for like days afterwards? It's not like that.
No. One more question, and we're going to spill a little bit more tea, and then we're going to be done, because we don't want these to be too long.
All right.
Okay, if a woman doesn't squirt, then does she still ejaculate? Drink it. Girl, let's... Why are we so upset?
Everyone thinks women need to squirt, and then they're like, if they don't, there's something wrong with them.
Well, that's new,
and then men
because
are
like 10 years ago, everybody was like, ew, you squirted? Jesus Christ.
Right, but now it's like everyone has to do it, and like everyone's doing it, and then it's like, no. 6% of the world's population can squirt. Some of it we don't even understand yet. Like we're still learning about it, and I just hate getting that question from people, because it feels like it comes from a sexist place, I guess, for me, where it's like, well, I need to make my girl squirt or whatever, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
What?
And even some of the girls who squirt or do ejaculate fluid when they have an orgasm, it's not like a geyser. It's not like it's going to flood the basement.
It's not like when you see on the porn, you know,
that's
videos where they have all these people.
Or it's just water that they put inside the vagina that they you know, control with their muscles and then release.
Don't believe everything you see on the internet.
Right.
Duh.
But, so, yes, and actually a woman ejaculates every orgasm.
Not like a man.
No.
We have different body types.
Right. So, but like most of the research, at least that I've read, is that it's not like, or it's not like what you see, and some women do. They do like squirt and ejaculate.
Sure.
But also like when a woman will orgasm, she basically just becomes a little bit more wet. That's kind of how that works.
Thank you. Yes.
And it's like ta-da! I'm a little bit more slippery down there. Hey, check out my water slide.
And why is that the focus? When did that become like a thing that everyone was like, well, we got to see this proof that you had an orgasm? I swear to God, this episode is all going to be about sexism.
Oh, okay.
What did he say?
Oh, he said that he's been around for a little while and it's always been there. Shady ass motherfucker. Are we allowed to swear?
Yeah, it's our channel.
Oh,
we can fucking do whatever we want. Can I please tell you the funniest thing ever? I got my student evals back, and someone said she speaks with too much vulgar language. What did they say about me when I visited your class then? I don't know.
I rolled into your class and I was like, we should all be shit on.
And fuck this and fuck that. Dick and whatever.
It was so ridiculous.
I don't know. I just liked how they labeled it vulgar language. I'm like,
God.
oh, we're back in the 1800s with vulgar language. Yes.
Ugh, that's okay. At least you don't get called Grumpy Cat.
Whoa, no, I didn't get called. I got told I was too opinionated. Feminist.
Oh, yeah.
What was the other one? Oh, and I didn't provide enough rubrics.
My favorites of all time is when somebody said, I feel like I'm being taught by Grumpy Cat. Legit. Those words were used.
That was the best compliment.
I know. I kind of wanted to frame it and put it on my wall. God. And I was like, I was just called a meme.
Yes!
Yeah.
Your life is complete!
Yeah, I know.
We're done. We don't need to film any more videos.
That
would
have actually been your class. Because it was a few years ago. But then also way back in the day, a decade ago, when I was teaching in graduate school, somebody, because me and the person I was teaching with, fabulous human being, one of my favorite people on the face of the planet, she and I share a lot of the same political, progressive, liberal ideas.
Yeah.
And we were like teaching class and stuff, and at the end we got an evaluation that called us both crazy left-wing liberal nut jobs. And I was like, yes!
Do they not understand those are compliments?
I know, I was
come
like,
on.
thank you! Bitch probably voted for Trump this election now. That's all I gotta say, because I know who you were.
Let's be real.
I know who you
Let's
were.
just be real.
I'm just coming at you.
SpillSomeT.
I do a double-handed thing sometimes. Do you?
I don't know why I did it like
I
this,
know,
where I was
I
like,
did it
don't
like
look
that.
at the urine pee.
Well,
It's actually
really not
green tea
urine, and
goji
it's
berry.
not apple juice either, or beer, or wine.
That's tomorrow's festivities.
All right. Well, I think that's gonna probably do it for this
Yeah.
one.
You
I
know
like
the
this
drill.
one.
Follow us now that we
Yeah.
have our own YouTube channel. Find
Yep.
us all over social
Subscribe
media.
it.
And you know, we have a new email address that you
yeah.
can send your questions to. Want to tell them what it is?
Yeah, it's SpillSomeT, the letter T, just T, SpillSomeT@gmail.com.
Yeah. So we are really excited to hear from you and hope you have a good rest of your day,
Yeah.
evening, week, whatever.
So do us a big favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow us on social media,
Give us a
send
thumb
us
up.
some money. Oh,
Oh.
that too. I'm just kidding. We don't want any of your money.
Just give us a like and a thumbs up.
Just a like and a thumbs up, and follow us.
All right.
Thanks, everybody.
See you next
See you
time.
soon.
Bye.
What was that? Oh, Augustus says goodbye too.